It's so good to be back on the Beer Odyssey, and that's what I've been doing is trying to build from my hobby to an actual business and to make a legit brewery, which I accomplished that with the help of many friends and beyond support. I can't thank the community of Meriden, Connecticut enough, including the city and everybody and all my friends. There's a long list of people. You know who you are. Thank you so much, and my family. I appreciate it. So let's move on to Lost Taurus Brewing. Spike system, a half barrel system, mash tun, hot liquor tank, and boil kettle, electric system. Again, everything I need to make, the fresh, high quality beer that I do. That's German inspired, West Coast inspired as well. I'm more of a hophead, so I have New England IPAs. We have stouts, thanks to you. I have a Berliner Weissen, but
Imperial.
mostly hoppy IPAs. I love it.
Love them.
Perfect. Well, it's so good to be back. Look out for us. Like, subscribe, share. We're trying to do videos as often as time permits. So if you're curious of the process, or if you're curious of, what goes into the beer that you're drinking, just keep an eye out for us.
Brewer Willie.
Wooly.
That's the proper name. So I gotta ask you a question.
What's
That
up?
bothered me.
Cocktail.
Yes. Da. I heard you're learning Russian. Is this
Yes.
true?
Yes.
Why Russian? Why the Russian language?
Since I was a young lad, I wanted to be a cosmonaut.
A lad,
And,
English.
No, honestly, Duolingo, sponsor me. I just love learning languages. I'm something of a linguist. I'm a country
Linguist.
So,
Oh my
This
god.
is interesting. Like you're
I'm filming
gonna blow
this.
me away in language learning. So we have this competition going on. So I'm learning Russian as well, but you're like light years ahead of me. So if I say "Как тебя зовут?"
I'm Willie. Yeah, Willie.
Da.
Da.
Och,
Willie.
no. Exactly.
Ah,
So
what's up?
anyway,
What's
so
up?
learning a new language is actually pretty interesting. But what does this have to do with beer? I don't know.
I love to speak the language of beer. So when I say
Yeah.
something's Bud Light, that means it's very mediocre. He asked what I'm drinking. I am drinking one of Lost Taurus' very own. This is...
Habla español.
Sí, un poco.
What are we drinking right now?
¿Cómo se
So,
dice?
Perhaps you think.
The fact that I just spit out a couple hop pellets. This thing is hoppy. There's no other way to describe it. It's I got a mouthful of hops
Thank
right
you.
now. Yeah, thank you.
When I was, doing the recipe, I wanted to stand up to the name of Edward Hammer hops. I wanted to put as much hops as possible without overloading the palate. But personally, I'm drinking Albert's Ale, the flagship of Lost Taurus Brewing, and it's refreshing. It's really summertime right now, so it's something I prefer to drink. Now, tell us about this. You're making a milk stout. Is this correct?
We have Edwards. We have Alberts. So Edward Hammer hops. Weird name. Where's it come from?
So, it's named after Edward I of England. So it just rolled off my tongue one day. I said Edward Hammer of the hops, or I said with Edward Hammer hops.
Okay. Then Albert's Ale. Talk about it.
Albert's Ale is named after my great grandfather, who was the first home brewer that I know of in the family.
Okay.
He came from Germany. He used to make beer in his kitchen, and from what I hear from my uncle, he made it in his basement as well.
Okay.
So I named this beer after him. I know it's a German-inspired IPA, but he probably made something like a more of like a Germany beer, like with noble hops in it.
Okay. One fun fact about it, Gary. What color was?
Mm-hmm.
Green. It was green. I
Not
can just imagine what it tasted like. But I wish I had the recipe still. I just don't.
That's fine. Some things are lost to time, and sometimes it's better that way. You get to appreciate things while they're around.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
remember them fondly. I am back in the brewing game.
Yes, you are.
So
I'm happy to hear it.
Gary's chock full of IPAs and very very good ales, and he has Hassa, the lager.
Yes.
He's strayed away from stouts.
I did.
It's been a while,
I did.
which I don't blame him. You have success with something, hammer it until you don't. Yeah. So he has those great beers. He strayed away from the stouts. So I thought that was a perfect way to shoehorn myself into this.
Shoehorn.
Because
that's a good analogy.
I'm
I
not
like
going to
it.
have any competition in this brewery making stouts. So I threw my hat in the game, and you may have seen our top 10 video. Number 1 is a stout. It's a milk stout. So I thought, what better way of throwing my hat in the game than paying homage to my number 1 beer.
What's the name of this milk stout, though?
Oh, it's the Maelstrom.
The
Why?
Maelstrom.
Because it starts with an M, and I thought it was awesome.
But I also have to add, Willie, that you also made some killer IPAs yourself that I get tons of requests from. One of them is called Dumb Jim. Now, this is a juicy New England IPA.
Yes.
Made with a special hop that not many brewers are using.
Yes.
So, what's the story with Dumb Jim? I know we want to go through some changes to the name, or...
Yeah, so Dumb Jim, I'll start with the name. So Dumb Jim we have a friend who, very supportive of us, came to our early beer fests, and, we had Albert Tail, we had my cousin Robbie, and he always joked about, oh, where's Dumb Jim? And when I made one of my first beers, I couldn't think of a beer name, to be honest, so I thought, you know what, let me make Dumb Jim a reality.
It's a good beer, man.
Yeah.
I remember I brought it to a wedding, and several bottles of it, and people loved it.
Yeah.
And they just wanted more and more and more of it.
Mazel tov.
But unfortunately, the hops are just sometimes hard to get.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
Oh, it will be back. It will be back.
But all it comes down to, like, I'm a hophead. Willie balances me out with his milk stout, which you need to have a well-rounded, lineup of beers, I think. And also my sister, too, is a family-run business who makes a really different imperial IPA from hops from around the world. She really picked some from Australia, New Zealand, and America. That's an interesting one. It was made once, had a good reception, so it's going to be added
Absolutely.
to the catalog.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Married her because the beer was so good. Fun fact.
Well, listen, guys, thanks for joining us for this beer conversation. As always, I'm Gary from Lost Horse Brewing. This is Willie.
Yeah, Willie.
From Lost Horse Brewing as well.
Lichno.
And I gotta say one thing. Cheers, and may the beer be with you.
Baka.
Deep Halifax.
Just like the Russian winter, yeah.
Точно! Точно!
Is the air conditioner on? No, это жарко как и в ад.